Hey, everybody. Good evening. My voice is shot here from this stinking congestion that's been going on for weeks, but the Giants do their thing. And as people say in the chat, nothing like it. We got a lot of nothing like it, MF says. Let me kill the...
yeah, I was trying to get it. I got to open up.
Let me kill the... Whoops. Take that off. Kill the pervert there. Okay. There we go. All right. Hey, what do you know? Giants lose another 5-10. Lou Marson, does Kapler have a clue how to run a bullpen? It's the bottom of the seventh. Webb at 105 pitches and just got lucky with double play. Take him out. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think in that situation, Lou, maybe you just let the bullpen suck most of the year. Maybe you just give him a shot because he's to win it or lose it. He's 0-3. Now he's 0-4. But this team, it's what I expected. I said they'd lose this game when they were up 3-1. You could feel it. You could see it. Marlins got athletes. Marlins got hitters. They get on base. They steal. They run. They stay out of double plays. So it's a, you look at the lineup. It's fast. And then, dang, this driving me nuts. I go from being able to be fine, and then all of a sudden it hits me. What the heck? Jorge Soler comes up, right?
Yeah.
And let me read you my Twitter on this I put out. This is what I put out on Twitter. Let's see if I can find it. Hold on here. Okay, here it is. Marlins bring in pinch hitter Jorge Soler to face Logan Webb, and he hits a 2-run home run to give Miami the lead 4-3. Refreshing to see a manager send up a solid hitter and not worry about platoons. Would Farhan and Gabe ever do that? Question mark. Is that even allowed in this analytics-driven organization? No. They pinch hit at every opportunity that they don't let kids play. Ramos gets his first double of the year, a bullet to left field over the left fielder's head, gets his first double of his career, first RBI, and the moment they get a chance to pinch hit for him.
Yeah, they did that with Wade, yeah.
They did that with Wade, even though they had the lead at that time. It was 3-2, right? I think it was the seventh inning.
Yeah, it was 3-2.
They were up 3-2.
3-2 with a runner on third with 2 outs because they had that huge double play.
Who was? No, I'm talking about when Ramos got.
Oh, when Ramos came out. No, yeah. That was just. I think that began the inning. Didn't that begin the 8th inning or something like? Or was
it the 8th or the 7th?
Maybe the 7th.
Let me look. I'm just, it's just constant pinch hit. These guys are never going to grow and be any kind of a ball player until they get a chance to play. And, let's see. Yeah, Wade hit in the top of the 7th. Giants were up 3-2. Let me go clear my throat here. It's all of a sudden I can't even speak. So go ahead and carry on.
All right, no problem. But yeah, it's I advocated for Webb to come out in the 7th inning because I was with the way the bullpen has been going, and I think Webb deserved it. He should be able to go out there in the 7th. But unfortunately, after the 3 runs in the 2nd and 3rd inning, after that they just couldn't get any other runs across to kind of help them. So it just sucks. That happens in baseball. Unfortunately, you sometimes you get a bad inning, and unfortunately the Giants just have the ability to add on to those 3 runs, and that's what sunk them.
All right.
Better now, Dan?
Yeah, a little bit. Gosh darn it. Oh, pervert Dan. Come on, Lynn. You could do better than that. Get out of here. Jeez. Get a life, Lynn. Come on. Okay. 1 hit after the 3rd inning. Is that correct? Did Lou Marston's asking one hit. Let me look.
It might be because I know after that those 2 runs in the 3rd inning, there was not much happening after that.
Okay, let's see. Nothing there. Let's see. Nothing in the 4th. Top of the 5th, Flores singled. Okay. Flores got a hit. Top of the 6th. Nothing. Top of the 7th. Nothing. Top of the 8th. Nothing. Top of the 9th. Bart had an infield hit. So that's it. You know, would they end up getting hits for the game? Take a look at the box score. Giants 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors. Crawford 0 for 4, batting 170.
Yeah, he had 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, he's not hitting lefties at all.
MF, that's a good question. I guess Conforto, I guess his calf is still bugging him, huh?
I guess so. We got the bot in here that wants to just, okay, we'll just keep blocking you. You know, whatever. Guy's got a problem. Okay. So let's go to the yeah. Gee, Lynn, you got a better life to do than this. Wow. Okay.
Nah, just ignore him.
Yeah. Kapler is dead. Wade bunting is ridiculous. They don't bunt in extra innings, but because Wade sucks against lefties, they bunt him in the 9th. Just terrible. That's it. Yeah. They knew he could not get a hit, and they figured, let's just get him to second base instead of striking out. This is a pathetic, anemic offense when you send a major league pitcher or batter up and you can't, you're stuck because you have nothing on the bench. Why not keep a couple of your right-handed guys out of the lineup, Kapler, so you have a right-handed pinch hit in the 9th? You know they had 4 lefties in the bullpen. They're going to strategize. You're so easy and predictable to defeat. Just throw lefties up because you got to put every one of your right-handed batters in the starting lineup instead of leaving 1 or 2 back. It's called,
it's called strategizing.
Yeah. It's like, let's play all my good hand right out front so I have nothing left at the end of the game. It's just idiotic managing. Come on. Just put your best players out in the lineup, whether they're left-handed or right-handed. You saw what Jorge Soler did to you, and you got your butt beat again by somebody who outclassed you again. Because you're so stuck on your stupid ass platooning. I mean, get over it. Jeez.
We talked about this last year.
We're gonna do something different this year. We're gonna have everyday players, and we're not gonna platoon. You're 5-10. You're the worst hitting team against left-handed pitching in baseball. You think they're gonna keep pitching lefties against you? Yeah, you're getting Rogers later in the series, I believe, on Wednesday.
Yeah, on Wednesday. Cabrera, that's tomorrow, I think.
Who's pitching tomorrow?
Cabrera. I think that's how you say his name, right?
Let's take a look. Tomorrow. Yeah, Cabrera, he's a right-handed pitcher. Shoot. I'd bring up a lefty from single A to face the Giants.
But here's the deal. Like you said, they platoon to a fault. I understand platoon advantages, but you got to be able to strategize throughout the game so that you're ready. So when you come towards the end of the game, you got available right-handed batters on your bench to go up there and do something. But like you said, when you're throwing an entire lineup almost of all righties, you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot when it comes towards the end of the game.
Oh yeah, it's just dumb. Let's see. Andrew Bell says, what I'm worried about is the fact that Farham will not be fired for this, nor will Kapler. No, of course not. You know why? Because the Giants got a bunch of owners. They got over 30 owners. And you don't have one single owner that's got an ego that wants to win. they're more concerned about profit. All 30 of the owners are in it for an investment. It's like if, you're one of a group of 30 plus owners, hey, I want my profit each year. I'm in this to make money. They don't care about winning. That's why they brought Farhan in to bring down the payroll and bring in these guys that aren't even major league players. This is what you get, and they're bringing Farhan back. They don't care. They're living off 3 World Series championships, and they're going to run this thing into the ground as long as they're making money. They don't care at all, okay? They don't care. The only thing you can actually wish for and hope for is it's so bad that they lose 100-plus games and that there's enough revolt that they're kind of forced to their hand.
Right.
That's it, because they win. Even if they win 76 games, they're fine. They're still suckers that are going to keep going. It's a beautiful ballpark. That's the draw,
Yeah. But who said that? Someone said that in the beginning, before the season. I think it's even before spring training. There was an article talking about, the whole fascination with the ballpark is kind of running its course now. Now fans just want a team out there on the field that's going to produce.
Yeah. I mean, people are apathetic. I ran into a guy today in Arizona. I went to the bank. I had to make a wire transfer for closing on my home Wednesday. And I had this hat on, Warriors hat, and the guy go, "Oh, hey, Warriors going to, started talking about the Warriors, and he's a fan." And then he says, he's a young guy, my guess is in his 30s. And he grew up in San Rafael. All right. And his dad and him, longtime Giants fans. He actually said he hopes the Giants, he always watched the Giants, saw them World Series. His dad was there in the 70s when they were horrible. And he said even when they were horrible in the 70s, you always were upset when they lost. He said, but we don't get upset anymore. See, they've lost the base.
Mm-hmm.
They lost the base because people don't care. They're only holding on to the fan that came along after they started winning World Series. And those people are not really they're just kind of like, oh, Giants can do no wrong, They're just stuck on, they got these type of fans that if you're critical of the Giants, you're not a real fan because you wouldn't criticize them.
Yeah.
It's like having a kid who's a screw up and is failing, and you're just like, "Hi, Johnny, it's okay. Don't worry. We love you, Johnny. Don't worry about failing. Just you're doing a great job." No, it's called tough love, and people who really love the Giants are ticked, and they can't stand this team because they don't want to put up with mediocrity. And they brought in an analytical guy in Farhan who came to the Oakland A's, and he really didn't know anything about baseball. He was a finance guy.
Yep.
Then he got
real quick. I talked to you about this earlier today. Robert DeVille, he talks about Flores is not a 2-hitter. He's not. He just clogs up the bases. Batting him and Ruff second and third. Oh, you're just asking for trouble on the base paths when you got both of those guys. If they get on base, and they ain't gonna have the speed to try to go from first to third or second to home.
They're slow as molasses.
Exactly.
This team is so pathetically built. I mean, I put a tweet out earlier about they got 3 hits, Bart, and then a bullet, ground rule double, followed by Ramos double, knocks in Bart, and then later in the game, third inning, VR hits a 2-run double. All 3 of those guys, Bart and VR 26, Ramos 23.
Mm-hmm.
They drove in your runs tonight.
Yep.
What do they get? What does Ramos get for that? He gets pinch hit for in the 7th.
Yep.
He gets yanked. Let the young guys play. If you got guys that are over 30 and they're not stars, they're journeymen.
Yeah.
They're not going to be stars. Okay, Yaz, Wade, great guys. Slater, they're all 30 plus. They're going nowhere. Okay.
I tell you what, Andrew.
Ruff, 36.
Andrew, I give you some credit for staying up to watch this mess.
Where's this?
He's in Scotland. He's in Scotland.
Where's he
I had
saying?
a chance to visit Scotland back in 2009. No, actually, I think it was 2008. We spent 11 days up there in Inverness, and we stayed up in the Highlands. Absolutely beautiful. One of our most favorite trips of all time. I would love to go back and visit again. I absolutely love that part of the country. It was great. But yeah, to stay up to watch the Giants, whew, that's tough.
Yeah. T. Brizzle says, I'm seeing a phantom injury for Crawford in the future. And then somebody says, don't wish injury. I don't think he's wishing injury on him. No, we don't. Injury. Yeah, I think he's saying maybe they'll just come up with an injury to bench him. Phantom type injury. Yeah, hopefully Crawford doesn't get injured, and hopefully he turns it around and has a decent season. But this is what you get. I'm going to tell you this roster right now. You're seeing the Giants play a bunch of, teams of young guys. And, if they're playing, I told you Jazz Chisholm was going to come alive, hit 2 hits tonight, stolen base.
Yep.
Leading off. That's a guy that I want the Giants to go get. That's the type of guy the Giants need. Somebody that's got some pizzazz, some speed, some excitement. I mean, okay. So listen to the roster of the Giants' active roster right now. Scott Alexander. I'm just going to name the guys over 30, okay? There's 26 active rosters. Count as I read these. Count in your head how many are over 30, okay? Alexander, 33. Brebbia, 32. Cobb, 35. Conforto, 30. Crawford, 36. DeScofani, 33. Flores, 31. Junis, 30. Mania, 31. Tyler Rogers, 32. Ruff, 36. Stripling, 33. Alex Wood, 32. Yastrzemski, 32. How many of those were 30 or above? 15 out of the 26. 15.
Yeah, right. Supposedly we got younger, and more athletic and better defensively. Yeah.
And that doesn't count Haniger. I didn't count Slater. I didn't say Slater, right?
No, I don't think you said
Okay,
Slater.
so Haniger and Slater are both going to be over 30 when they come off the IL. Okay. They're 5-10, and they're just not a team that's built to put together.
And you know what's funny? All these other teams understand. Arizona's playing the young guys. Pittsburgh's playing the young guys. The Orioles are playing their young guys. I mean, I don't know why the Giants can't do that. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the D-backs roster here and see what their roster looks like. Just curious. Active roster. The way that one's, I'm going to have to figure it out in my head because they just give the years. I want to find out some of these rosters because, if you're over 30 and playing regularly, you're generally, pretty good player.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Giants don't have that.
Yep.
Zero.
Hey, MF, don't forget, this is the best roster that Gabe has ever seen in his baseball career, I guess, right? Isn't that what he said?
Oh,
the best one he's seen ever? Isn't that what he said?
Something like that. Kapler is dead, says the only 30 I'll accept are Crawford, Cobb, Mania. Yeah. The rest are embarrassing. Farhan MF, Farhan Gabe still thinking it's 2021. Justin Kerwin says Farhan won't budge. He gave out these deals so this cause can rebuild. their okay careers. Yeah, I mean, it's just it's just unbelievable.
Andrew, me and Dan were talking about that same exact thing, that the 2020 season was the worst thing that could have happened for this
Oh
organization.
yeah, I said that. We said that. Was it today or yesterday?
Yeah, it was today.
Yeah, it was the worst thing that could have happened. Absolutely, unless they won it all, it was the worst thing because now everybody thinks
It gave the false hope, that they thought they were doing something, but we all know it was Posey. It was it was Posey, Crawford, Bell, all the veterans that stepped up and had career years with a sprinkling of guys that overperformed, and how they don't understand that people were going to regress the next year is beyond me. These are supposed to be the smart guys,
Right. Exactly. Now I haven't looked at this, but I know everybody has guys that are over 30. But let's let's go over the D-backs roster real quick. Okay, count how many are over 30 on this roster. Bumgardner 33, Andrew Chafin 32, Kelly, the pitcher 34, McGrow 33. Okay, that's their pitchers. Catchers 26 and 23. Geez. Infielders Ahmed 33, Longoria 37, Christian Walker 32, and then their outfielders none. So how many of those were over 30?
That's what, 7, I think.
7. We got that?
I think so.
See, Bumgardner 1, Chafin 2, Grow 3.
Yeah, Andrew said 7. I thought so.
7. Okay. And the Giants had 15?
15.
Okay, there you
That's
go.
More than half the roster. That's more than half the active roster.
Yeah. So this is what happens. You're building guys that are 30 plus that never had success in their 20s, like in their early to mid 20s. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, Wade and Yaz are examples of that. So you've got, who else? Slater. He never had any success in his 20s. And he wasn't even part, but he'll be up there. Least Longoria at 37. I'll give Crawford, he's had success. But Ruff's 36. Really? You had to bring Darren Ruff up? You couldn't bring Matos?
Right.
For a week or two until oh my goodness.
I think it has to do with the whole, what is that?
The years of service thing?
The Major League Service. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're saving money, that's above all else.
No, it's all about, exactly. Thunderbird, what a joke.
Sanchez isn't doing nothing in Sacramento either, is he?
No. I don't know
really.
if they game tonight or were they playing. Let me see. I usually get texts when they're. No, I don't even know if they got a game or if it's later.
I'm just taking a look at the roster just to see.
Yeah, so MF says bring up Wisely. Yeah, why not? I mean, what happened to Von Brown? He's injured right now. Not sure what the timeline is with him.
Yeah, it was his knee, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that. Yeah, I mean, Thunderbird says so sad. It's sad in a way, but it's irritating because it's hard to watch because there's nobody. I'm like when I see VR come up, I go, okay, come on, VR, Wade. I mean, not Wade, but Ramos, VR, Bart. JD Davis. I think JD Davis is on the right side of 30. I think he's 29. Let me look. JD Davis is a good player. Give Farhan credit for that move. That was a good trade, and I thought so at the time too. It wasn't just like, yeah, he's 29. It wasn't like, No, J.D. Davis was a pretty good hitter with the Mets. He had some decent years. So, I mean, I just want to see the kids play. Um, you know, I mean, Flores is only 31. He still can hit. He's okay. I don't have a problem with Flores. I think Flores would be better suited just kind of being a DH or something. Yeah, and I didn't even count Jock in that. Jock's 30, 31 this week, I think. He's going to be 31. So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you look at their 10 losses, okay? They got 10 losses, 2 to the Royals, 2 to the Tigers, and 1 to Miami. That's 5 of the 10 losses to teams that are at the bottom of the league.
Yeah. Well, Miami came in today was 8-8.
Was Miami 8-8?
Yeah, I was looking at it. Yeah, they were 8-8 according to Game Day.
Serious?
Yep.
I thought
They're
they
above
were
500 now.
Let me see. Yeah, they are. They're 9-8, but they've got some athletes. I mean, let's take a look at the type of team that they got.
Their lineup looked pretty good, except for the bottom three. The bottom
Chisholm is fast. Arias can hit. He's like top hitter in baseball. De La Cruz got some wheels. Segura, he's a little older, but he's got some wheels. Sanchez got some wheels. Garrett Hampson, he's pretty fast.
Soler's got the power.
Yeah. I mean, it's like they can't. I mean, we're already starting to see some separation with some of these teams, even though it's super early. A lot can change. A lot will change. But, we're seeing at the top of the National League East, Atlanta and the Mets, just like we thought. Philly's struggling off to a slow start, but they're notorious for getting off to a slow start.
And they got some really significant injuries with Harper and Hoskins.
Milwaukee's off to a good start. The Cubs, I told you, look out for the Cubs this year. They did a lot to improve the team. They'll be, in my opinion, it's going to be the Cubs and the Brewers and St. Louis. They'll be fighting for, I think St. Louis wins that division. I think Milwaukee and Chicago fight for maybe one of the last wild card spots. The Dodgers, Padres are going to be in. So one of those teams is going to be a wild card. The other team, Mets or Braves, is going to be a wild card. So there's 2 wild cards already snatched up. Okay.
Right.
And the Giants can't win the Central Division. So you got 1 slot to go for, and you're going to have to fight the Phillies and the Brewers and the Diamondbacks and the Cubs to have a shot. I think St. Louis wins that division. Milwaukee could, but I think St. Louis comes around.
Yeah, you got the
But one of those teams will win the division, and one will be fighting for a wild card.
Yep.
Kapler's Dead says Sable, Johnson, Ramos should be in the outfield every day. Yeah, I mean Sable's 25. He can hit. I think if you just let him stay out there for a month or two, see what he does. If he doesn't cut it, then maybe you just say, "Hey, he's not it." But you're gonna take these young guys that are used to playing practically every day, and then you just sit them in the right in their growth years, and you just stop their development.
Mm-hmm.
Just completely stop their development. I mean, you don't know. You think Ramos is one of your guys that has the potential to be a star. Well, he's never going to be a star getting 2 bats, against the lefty, and then he has to come out when a right-hander comes in, and he has to sit the bench when a right-hander's pitching. Just play these guys. See what they could do. That's what young teams try to do. But you're trying to do this. It's just pathetic. It really is. It's.
I like what MF. Yeah, Bochy's boys are looking good. They took the series from Houston in Houston. That's pretty good.
Yeah. What did I see? Somebody mentioned. So I'm going through these old chats. Somebody said something about Ned Coletti, I thought, but I don't know what it was.
I like what Bay Area music left. If Yad's last name was Smith, he wouldn't be here.
That's correct. That is a true statement. What would Ned? There it is. What would Ned Coletti do if he was running the team? Depends on what he was given as far as a budget. But if he had the authority to run it with a pretty good payroll budget, I think he would make some trades. He'd make some bold trades. I think he'd give up. I think he'd go after a Jazz Chisholm, and he would say, we need somebody up the middle that's dynamic, that is a playmaker, is young. Jazz Chisholm's what, 25?
I'm not sure on that.
I'll look it up.
While you're doing that, Andrew, exactly. I've been talking about that for a while. The first 5 or 6 guys in your lineup have to be everyday players. The bottom of the lineup, yeah, I can understand, working the platoon, but you got to have that steady 1 through 5 or 1 through 6 every day, no matter who's pitching, and go out there and get it done. That's what all the contenders do. They have their set lineup, and then they adjust accordingly at the bottom of the lineup. But yeah, throw your guys out there.
Yeah,
And
I think Ned, if he was running the team, I'd have to talk to him, but I think he'd try and make some bold trades as the Giants and Sabian did in '97. Took over, traded Matt Williams, got Jeff Kent and a couple other guys in that deal, and was criticized for it, but it became an amazing deal for the Giants. Maybe you have to give up, somebody that you're high on, but Jazz Chisholm is, he's 25 years old. He's as fast as they come. If you look at his career, he's
honestly,
came up with Arizona.
What I think Ned would excel in is improving the farm. That the very factor that the reason why they hired Farhan was supposedly he had this magic touch with the farm, but he hasn't had nothing. Ned knows how to build the farm system, so I think
he would do that. He'd also he'd bring up some of these young guys and see what you got. Kapler's Dead says Jazz has the connection with first base coach Antoine Richardson too. Yeah, from the Bahamas. Yeah, that's right. What assets do the Giants have to trade? Well, they've got guys that if you think, you have to look and say, okay, what does Miami want? Miami wants guys that are young and they're about ready to be close to the majors so that they can have control of them for 5 or 6 years and pay them minimally. Okay. Buster, what are you doing?
He's on your couch.
Yeah, and he's stuck because I got some stuff that I put on the floor earlier, and he doesn't want to jump down. Let me move that stuff so he can get down. He's not supposed to be up there. Go ahead and carry.
Sure. But yeah, I think improving the roster, and that's what just drives me nuts. That was the whole thing of hiring Farhan, was because he was supposed to improve our decrepit farm system, which it was bad. But what has he done? I think the first couple of years there was an improvement, but I think it's backslided the last couple of years. I think we're down. I think we got as high as 11th in the farm, and I think now we're hovering around 18. So I don't know, man. This is bad when you can't sign free agents and you don't have the young guys in the farm to come up. It's a recipe for disaster, and that's kind of what we're watching. And for trading, I would love to trade, but man, if anything, Chaz is probably going to go to a contender. I don't know I don't see Farhan. He just.
I don't know.
The marginal trades, he's great at. He's great at doing that type of stuff, but trying to do like the blockbuster type ones, he's not.
Been in the majors 4 years. Doesn't have a high on base percentage, only 303. 241 batting average. but he's got some pop. He's got 36 homers, hit 18 in 21, 14 last year. But, he makes some things happen. He's an exciting player. Been, like I said, been in the league 4 years. So I don't know how that works with baseball. I think it's the 6th year you start to become arbitration eligible, I think, after 4 or 5 years. You got 2 or 3 arbitration years in your free agency year.
Yeah.
So yeah, MF says, is Larry going to come on? Yeah, we'll have Larry on. Yeah, I think we're going to do the Warriors tonight post game after the Sacramento game, which we'll be ending this here at the top of the hour at 7 to get ready for the Warriors game. But Thunderbird says get Torkelson and Jazz. Yeah, you got to get younger players. Bring in Will Wilson. Yeah, I'm all for that. Says get rid of Hunter Bishop. Yeah, but Bishop,
He
hasn't done anything. He's been injured. You might as well. You're not going to get anything for him, so you might as well let him, burn himself out or make it. He's not costing anything. Let him play in the minors. Let's see if he can resurrect his career, get healthy. He's probably what is Hunter Bishop, like 22, 23 years old at this point?
Yeah, I think he's somewhere around there.
Or is he older than that now? Because he's been.
Actually, yeah. I can't remember. Did he finish college? Because I know they recruited him.
No, he didn't finish. He left early. He was drafted from Arizona State.
He's probably closer to 24, huh?
My guess is he is. He's 24, yeah. So he's got to prove it in the next year or two. He's got to get healthy, get hit.
Eddie makes a good point talking about going to the international draft. That is a big deal. Supposedly, the Giants picked up a decent kid out of where was he? Was he Cuba? I think it was.
I think you're talking 5-6 years away though.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think he was only 17 years old, but we'll see where he goes.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it seems like these other organizations bring up 20-year-olds, whether it be Julio Rodriguez or Juan Soto or Fernando Tatis.
It's like you talk about the Angels. They brought up their 22 draft pick.
22-year-old, the 22 draft pick. Yeah, they brought him up. So, let's just, the Giants see if things just continue to fall apart, and maybe they're forced to make changes in June. If at the end of May, I mean, these are the games they should be winning, and yet they're already 5-10, and the worst of their schedules, it's still coming.
Yeah, I know.
They get home this Thursday, okay, and they play the Mets for 4.
Take care, Andrew.
And what do we got here, Andrew?
No, he's leaving.
All right, Andrew. Well, thanks for joining from Scotland.
Yep.
Where is that, Andrew? See you guys. Be back soon. Yeah. All right. Yeah. What time is it over there in Scotland? I bet.
I think it's very AM over there.
Yeah, I bet it is. I can actually tell what time it is over in Scotland. All I got to do is look it up. Look up the.
Like you were saying with the schedule, when they come back, it's what they start 4 with the Mets. Is that what it is?
4 with the Mets, and then 4 with the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, Scotland is 2:46 in the morning. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah. So I know what that's like. Yeah. So 2:46 in the morning. Oh, he just put 2:45 there. I was just looked it up on my phone on the world clock. Edinburgh. Not sure where Andrew's at. What part of Scotland?
He's in Glasgow. He's in Glasgow.
In Glasgow. Okay. So yeah, the where were we on that? Oh, who's coming? Their schedule.
We're talking about how we're kind of getting through the easy part of the schedule, and now when they come back, it's going to get more difficult.
Yeah, you've got the Mets for 4, St. Louis for 4, and then you go to Mexico City for play the Padres, and Fernando Tatis will be back later this week So he's been crushing it at AAA. 4 homers and like
Wow.
OPS of 1,700 or something like that. It is ridiculous, whatever I saw stats on him. So he's going to be, in like full, power here at the end of the month. I mean,
that ball's going to fly in Mexico City.
the altitude
is way up
yeah.
there.
So Tatis, they're going to face the Padres loaded. And then they go to Houston, and Houston's not off to a great start. So they'll welcome in the Giants. What is Houston? I think they are underwater too, aren't they? Let's see. Houston is 7-9. Yeah. So they'll get fat and happy when the Giants come to town. And then after Houston, they come back home. And then they got Milwaukee for 3, and Milwaukee's off to a great start. They just went down to San Diego for 4, and I think they split with the Padres. They either split or won 3 or 4. Thunderbird says, "Damn, we're going to be 6-19." Let's see. Let's see. They're 5-10.
You know what's even more concerning than the 0-4 is that he's almost got a 5 ERA now too, and I mean that's not a good sign for. He's
kind of having that. What's that pitch? That sinker? It's kind of hanging up.
You hang up that. Yeah, you leave that.
Hang up that sinker, and it's yeah.
It looked like his slider was working really well today.
Yeah, he had that working. Guys were chasing it. Let's see what else we got here. We got another 10, 11 minutes to go. Jose Abreu struggling. Yeah. I think let's take a look at the schedule and see if they get anything here. I think they come home to the Mets, and I think at best they split, but I think they'll lose 3 or 4. Let's see. They're 5-10. I'm going to project their record after 31 games here. Let me think here. I think they get 1 out of Miami, maybe 1. Let's see, 2. 3, 4. I think they're going to be at best 11-20.
Wow.
Yeah, that means 6-10 the next 16. I mean, Mets for 4, Cards for 4, Padres for 2, and Astros for 3. I mean, I was looking at it really more realistically, like 10-20, 21. Right. What did I say? 11-20.
Well, yep.
I mean, they'd have to play 500 ball to be 13-17.
And they have to break it. They have to get through April at 500. And I don't see that happening.
13-17. That means they'd be winning 7 against 2 with the Miami, 4 with the Mets, 4 with the Cardinals, 3 with Houston, and 2 with San Diego. I don't see it. Not right now.
No. I mean, they're going to have to way overperform in the following months to try to be in this. We talked about the April can sink. If you stayed at 500, they're in it. But if they're way below 500, then you're.
Yeah, I was just saying if they could be, even after 31 games, 15-16, heck, even 14-17 would have been okay. But you're losing to the worst teams in baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, Detroit, I think they lucked out having the rain out yesterday. They would have lost yesterday because they were facing Matthew Boyd. He's, like I say, if I'm unless I've got a right-handed ace, I'm going to bring up lefties just to face the Giants.
Right.
I wonder if the rotations have been set yet for Thursday. Let's see if they've Mets. Oh, Kodai Senga against Sean Manaea Thursday.
Singa, the guy that we've tried to get as well and whiffed on.
Friday, Carlos Carrasco, Anthony DeSclafani. Saturday, left-handed pitcher for the Mets, Peterson against Webb. And then Sunday, it's going to be Tyler McGill against Alex Wood. So, but they still got to face Rogers on Wednesday. So they got a couple lefties. So their best shot at winning is when they face right-handed pitching.
Right
now. That's it. I mean,
yeah,
that lineup
has that nasty. What did he call it? The ghost change or something like that. It's disgusting.
And then it's got to be, to win against right-handed pitching, they've got to have ideally Conforto and Peterson in the lineup. You'd want, but both of them are out.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but this is what happens to teams that are older. Younger guys get injured too. Okay, younger guys usually get injured more, like O'Neal Cruz when something serious.
Oh yeah, that busted ankle of his.
Yeah, they don't get too many soft tissue back issues, obliques. Those generally happen as you get older. Core's not as strong, hamstring, whatever. You get hurt more that way. I mean, it can happen in your 20s. I'm not saying guys in their 20s don't get hurt. Nobody's immune to, not getting injured. But when you have a history of signing guys that are coming off injury like Farhan does, you kind of get what you expect. I mean, Haniger's had nagging little different injuries, and, he's hurt again. So hopefully these guys can stay healthy for I don't root against these players at all. I mean, I want to see these players perform for themselves, for their families, for the team, all that. But when there's a philosophy, the way the Giants run their organization, it's hard to see it be successful because it's not the model that has won World Series for most teams. Even the Dodgers, they overanalyze when they get in the playoffs and they start yanking their pitchers, even when they're pitching great. And Dave Roberts has not been able to win a World Series based on a lot of the way they
decision making. Yeah.
The decision making. And it's tough to win a World Series, but you generally, you're going to win it with timely hitting, great pitching, and great defense. You don't have to be the best hitting team, but you need to be hit guys that can, move the line a little bit, put together rallies, occasionally, hit the home run ball at times, but you can't rely on it altogether.
No, you can't. And it's funny because you think they would have learned from last year, but no, they double down. They're still doing the same stuff that they did last year with the whole platooning to a fault. And, this is what we get as a fan base, and.
Yeah. Let's see if, you know what, I'm going to move something in here real quick. I'm going to put the link in here. If anybody wants to come into the, oops, I did the wrong thing here. Let's see.
MF, that's great. That's something me and Dan were talking about as well. Talking about how Bochy got tossed and Kaplan never shows, he doesn't get fired up.
Right. Exactly.
He's like a statue in the dugout. He doesn't have no emotion. It's an emotional game. Baseball's an emotional game, but he shows no emotion. It's very, very odd.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to come into the chat real quick, I just put the link in. Just click on that. Join if you want to come in and have a few words. Give you the room for a few minutes. You can do it with a camera or without. If you'd rather, you just hit the mic or the camera, you can click it on or off. But Yeah, we're going to go for another 3-4 minutes.
I like what Justin said. He needs to check the iPad if it's time to yell at the umps.
Oh, Kapler. Exactly.
Oh, that's great. I like that.
Orioles are coming up. What do you think, Dan? Yes, the Orioles are definitely coming up.
They're good.
They have got a really good farm system. They're developing. They've got 8 players in the top 100. They've got, one of the game's youngest, brightest up-and-coming stars in Adley Rutschman. And they got the kid
Gunnar Henderson,
the third baseman. These guys are bringing up their players. Casey Schmidt should be coming up. He's 24. he's 24. Okay, what are we waiting for? Get more like 28, 29, get into Farhan's wheelhouse? I mean, is that what, leave him in the minors for 6 years and then bring him up? Kind of like the Yaz model?
Mm-hmm.
So Thunderbird says he likes Cedric Mullins from the Orioles. Yeah.
Yeah, the Orioles ain't going to be trading anybody right now because they're going to be in the thick of it.
Yeah. So, that was funny. Bochy got tossed. He was probably, screaming, cursing at the ump from the dugout, and then he kind of moved out slowly with his leg, kind of barely taking his time to get out there. It's crazy, but I'm gonna close this out and get ready for the Warriors game. Tip-off's probably in about 10 minutes.
What's your prediction on that?
I can go either way on this.
Go either way, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I like the Warriors if they come out and play their game, to come out, and key is going to be Warriors being either up in the first quarter or very, very close. If they're out, if the Warriors are down, more than 8 after the first quarter, could be really tough night because the crowd gets into it. Not saying they couldn't come back and still pull it off, but you don't want to give the crowd the energy of, starting to look like they're running an older team off the floor.
Right.
I expect the Kings to come out running, play free because they're up 1-0. I expect them to, really want to keep that home court advantage. So, but I also expect the Warriors to come out with a greater intensity and focus, not turn the ball over as much tonight, and get better on the glass. So anyway, so it's 7:00. Game's going to tip off here 5-10 minutes. I think they tip off about 10 after. So we'll come back tomorrow. Let's see. What time's the game tomorrow? Same, 3:40?
It's probably the same. Usually the third game is the early game so they can fly out.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the schedule here. Tomorrow, 3:40. Wednesday,
who's
10,
pitching
10.
for the Giants for the next 2?
Okay. On tomorrow, it's Alex Wood.
Okay.
And on Wednesday morning, it is Alex Cobb.
Okay.
So catch us tomorrow, probably right around. Tonight was quick, wasn't it?
Yeah, that quick. It was a quick game.
2 hours, 20-minute game, roughly, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the final? Let me look at the box score on that. It was probably, I'm going to guess 221.
Because I remember you said you wanted to go on maybe around 6:30, and it finished like at 5:45 or something like that.
No, it finished right at 6. 219. Yeah, 219. Ooh. So we'll be on tomorrow between 6:30. See what happens. Lou Marcia says, go Dubs. Yep, let's go Dubs. Thunderbird says, great show. Hit the thumbs up, y'all. Yeah, hit that like button, everybody. It helps the algorithms. Hit the like button. If we can get all 33 of you on there right now, just press the like. It helps a lot. Just boom, press that like. And if you haven't subscribed, press the subscribe button and you'll get notified. Lou says, thanks, Dan. I needed this. Yeah. Hey, the best thing you can do, Lou, is expect to lose, and just kind of, I kind of have to laugh about it right now, because otherwise, if I get myself too worked up to really, really care, I guess what I'm looking for as a fan is I'm so tired of this regime that I want to change. And I don't think they're going to change anything if they're 80 and 80 or 81 and 81, or even if they only lose 90. I think the only way this team makes a change if they lose really close to 100 and the people just stop showing up and it's a morgue and they just say, hey, we can't keep on with this,
Yep.
So, and people are losing interest. They really are.
Oh, you'll see it when they come home.
Oh, they've lost a lot of the, the real fan. There's a lot of apathy right now. People are tired of the, this offseason was awful. The way it came down, it just, people got up hopes for Judge, and then that doesn't happen. Then they sign Correa, and everybody was ecstatic, and then they lose Correa, and it's like, you got to be kidding me. Only the Giants could do this. And then they come out with a slogan, Giants baseball, nothing like it.
I can't believe they came out with that slogan for the season.
Yeah. And maybe my voice gets better. The Giants will turn it around, because T. Brizzle says the Giants go as my voice goes. Yeah, this has been ridiculously long. I've been taking stuff for Mucinex, trying to thin it out. Just crap, man. It's just frustrating. But anyway, the more I talk, the worse it gets. So let's go watch the Warriors.
All right.
And then I'm sure Larry will be having a post-game show. Not sure if I'll be on it or not, but if I know he'll have a show, so look for the Krug show. Heck, I might do one myself on the Warriors, but I doubt it. My voice, I can't keep talking, so I need 3 or 4 people so I can have them.
Yeah, you could get your brother on. Maybe your brother will come on.
Yeah, maybe so. I know he went to Vegas for something. So he'll be watching it over there. But yeah, so Eddie K says, Dan, if you're not there, you're lazy. And Thunderbird, no Cy, laughing out loud. Yeah, I don't think there'll be. I don't know if Cy want to come on with me, which is fine with me. I don't need that kind of trash in my life. I'm not calling him trash. I'm saying just
the drama.
The drama, yeah. I'm not saying him personally, but I'm saying, geez, just like, come on. We're adults. Let's be adults in the room. Come on. So, no, Cy wasn't on Larry in game 1. No, he was not. Don't necessarily know if he'll be on game 2 or not, but anyway. So Lou said, we'll close with this. Lou said, I bet the under 81.5. That's a good bet, Lou. I think you could take that one to the bank. And with that, let's go Dubs. Go to the Krug channel after the Warriors. Be looking for that. And should be exciting night. So, and the last thing, last one. Lou says 8,500 season ticket holders. That includes, it does. Oh, wow. Includes half year. So not full 81 game package. Woo. That's awful.
Bad.
That's really bad. Yeah. And, people don't want to buy the season tickets and then get stuck with the tickets because they can't sell them.
And the high watermark was what, 29 or 24?
29.
29. Wow.
Yeah, and then Larry Bear came out and he's quoted KMBR, Danny Innerman put an article out, says that there were 14,000 more people for the Giants opening homestand than last year's opening homestand. And at this point, well, you had the Dodgers in for 3. That's your biggest draw. So
for the homestand. Okay, got it. Yeah, that was all Dodgers.
14,000 more. You got 3 games with the Dodgers. Wait till they're not coming back till the last 3 of the year, the end of September, early October. you know, you'll be lucky. Yeah, this people are not going to show up. People are not going to show up for sure. So anyway, Eddie K remembers the days when there were waiting lists to see if you had a chance to get to season 2. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, game's going to start here. I want to get to it. So
Alrighty, Dan.
We will see you tomorrow night about 6 to 6:30 after the Giants game 2, and should be over on the Krug Show after the Warriors Kings game tonight. Good night, everybody.